Yes, welcome to the video class. In these classes, we are studying the mechanism of the photosynthesis. The entire mechanism of the photosynthesis completes in two different stages, the light reactions and the dark reactions. You know something about this. In earlier class, we studied the light reactions of the photosynthesis takes place in presence of the light. All the light reactions, as they depend upon the light, are termed as the light reactions. Light reactions are light dependent reactions. Takes place in presence of the light. During light reactions, plants absorb solar radiant energy and convert the same into a chemical energy, and they store in the food that they prepare, carbohydrates and other food molecules. During the light reactions of the photosynthesis, light harvestation takes place. Then they convert the solar radiant energy into a chemical energy. During the light reactions of the photosynthesis, the evolution of a molecular oxygen also takes place. This oxygen comes out of the internal tissue of the plant body through the open stomata. Then there is an production of assimilatory powers, namely ATP molecules and NADPH plus H. NADPH plus H means what? NADPH2 molecules also takes place. All these different events of the light reactions of the photosynthesis can be understood by the study of the non-cyclic electron transport system and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. The non-cyclic photophosphorylation involves the two pigment systems, pigment system first and pigment system second. Both the pigment systems, as they participate in the process of the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Photophosphorylation, it is all about the addition of the inorganic phosphate to the ADP and the formation of ATP is known as photophosphorylation. It is called by the name as a non-cyclic because once the electron which is emitted by the reaction center of a pigment system second, it won't return back to the original the reaction center of the pigment system 2. So therefore it is termed as a non-cyclic photophosphorylation. During the non-cyclic photophosphorylation of light reactions of the photosynthesis, there is an photolysis of the water takes place, and the formation of the H plus ions, that is nothing but the protons, and the evolution of the molecular oxygen also takes place. Whatever the number of the electrons that are generated during the pyrolysis of the water also, they goes to the reaction center of the pigment system second. The reaction center of the pigment system second, when they exclude the excited electron, highly energized excited electron, that electron, it moves from one electron carrier to another electron carrier, one electron carrier to another electron carrier. Number of electron carrier molecules involved in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation of a electron transport, the chain, what it is termed by the other name as a electron transport chain. The electron transport chain, it may be the non-cyclic electron transport chain or the cyclic electron transport chain. The electron transport chain actually involve the core complex molecules. Core complex molecules are nothing but the chlorophyll molecules of about a number of chlorophyll molecules, and electron acceptors, electron donors and electron acceptors. and LHC, nothing but light harvesting complex molecules. Number of light harvesting the pigment molecules, namely the carotenes and carotenols, otherwise termed as xanthophyll molecules, actually participate in the uh, light harvesting complex system. The core complex and light harvesting complex molecules and cytochrome B6F complex molecule and ATP synthase molecules, all these together they make up a electron transport chain. So on the lamellar membrane of the granathalaccoid, pigment system second, pigment system first, cytochrome B6F complex and ATP synthase, all are present and are interconnected together, and they make up the electron transport chain. During a non-cyclic electron transport, the chain which act as the system, during the non-cyclic electron transport, the chain non-cyclic electron transport, the chain, the reaction center reaction center of a pigment system 2, it exclude or it release, it gives out one excited electron, highly energized electron. It is picked up by the 5O 15, the electron carrier molecule. So the reaction center, which is P680 millimicron, P680. Then these are the accessory pigments, the xanthophylls, the carotenes, like this. A number of the pigments. Pigment system second consists of about 200 the chlorophyll molecules and 50 carotenoids, like that. This is the sunlight. When it reach the pigment system second, number of antenna chlorophyll molecules absorb the solar radiant energy. They transfer the same to the other molecule. The process of absorption of the solar radiant energy and the transfer of the same to the reaction center, otherwise termed as a light harvestation. So light harvestation takes place in this way. When the light reaches the reaction center of the pigment system second, it excludes the highly energized electron. This highly energized electron, it is picked up by the 5O15, the electron carrier molecule. From the 5O15, again the electron, highly excited electron, it moves from one electron carrier to another electron carrier, one electron carrier to another electron carrier molecules. Like this, quinone A, quinone B, and then quinone A, quinone B, and it goes to the quinone B, the electron carrier molecule. It transfer the electron to the other another electron carrier molecule, that is the plastoquinone. From the plastoquinone, it goes to the cytochrome B6F complex. and from the cytochrome B6F complex molecule, it goes to the plastocyanin. From the plastocyanin, again the reaction center of the reaction center of the pigment system 2, number of accessory pigments. Okay, the sunlight also reach the, like this, the reaction center, again it exclude the one electron. Here what happens during the non-cyclic electron transport chain, which is also called the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, the inorganic phosphate which is added to the ADP, and the ATP molecules will be formed. The process of the formation of the ATP as a result of the addition of the inorganic phosphate to the ADP is known as the phosphorylation. As it takes place during the light reactions of the photosynthesis, as it uses the light energy, it is termed as a photophosphorylation. Then the water molecule undergo the ionization process. This water it splits into a H plus and OH minus ions plus, like that, OH minus ions plus OH minus ions, again they combine together to form a water and also release the oxygen. This oxygen escape out from the internal tissue to the exterior, and then here in the photolysis of the water, Mn plus 2 ions, chlorine ions, and unknown enzyme Z, which also participate in the photolysis of the water. Like this, I had discussed earlier about this, the non-cyclic, the photophosphorylation. During a non-cyclic photophosphorylation, whatever the electron that exclude from the reaction center of the pigment system second, this electron, once it is expelled out from the reaction center, it won't comes back to the original, the reaction center of the pigment system 2. So therefore it is termed as a non-cyclic photophosphorylation. In this non-cyclic photophosphorylation, pigment system first, which is also involved. This is the pigment system second, this is the pigment system first. So the pigment system first, the reaction center, when it gives out the electron, this electron from the P700, the electron that is the reaction center, it goes to the number of A1, A2, then A1, A2, from A2, A3, like that, and it goes to the ferredoxin, and ferredoxin molecule, it reduces. The cytochrome B6, plastoquinone are also involved. Finally, the electron, it moves to the NADP. This NADP reduced as a result of the whatever the H plus, the protons which are formed during the photolysis of the water, these are used for the reducing the NADP into a NADPH2, NADPH plus H, NADPH2, like that. This is about the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, also termed as non-cyclic electron transport chain. Let's move to study the another the photophosphorylation. that is the cyclic photophosphorylation. Cyclic photophosphorylation. Photophospho. Photophosphorylation. Photophosphorylation. Cyclic photophosphorylation. Non-cyclic photophosphorylation always it operates within the plant body. During a non-cyclic photophosphorylation and a non-cyclic electron transport chain, as the non-cyclic and cyclic the photophos the elect the cyclic and non-cyclic the electron transport chain as they uh, as they involve the core complex molecules, the light harvesting antenna complex molecules, and cytochrome B6F complex molecules, and ATPase, which act as a coupling factor for the synthesis of the ATP. During a non-cyclic photophosphorylation, almost all the pigment system first and its components, the pigment system second and its components, then cytochrome B6F complex molecule, and then ATP synthase, uh, commonly termed as a coupling factor, CF0 and then CF1, the coupling factor, greatly participate in the process of the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So, always within the plant body, non-cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic the electron transport system exist and operate. During a non-cyclic electron transport system, during a electron transport the system and a chain, that is nothing but during the non-cyclic the photophosphorylation, the photolysis of the water takes place, evolution of the molecular oxygen takes place, the production of number of protons takes place. Other than this, there is a continuously formation of the reduced powers known as ATP molecules, and NADPH2 molecules are also formed. And then, other than these, light harvestation takes place, as the two pigment systems involved in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. The sunlight reach the light harvesting complex antenna molecules of both the pigment systems, pigment system first and then second. Both the uh, both the both the light harvesting the complex antenna complex molecules greatly they catch the solar radiant energy and they transfer the same to the reaction center. In this way, finally the reaction center, when it gets the solar radiant energy from all the antenna molecules, the light harvesting antenna, chlorophyll, that is the xanthophyll and then carotenoid pigments, the reaction center of both these systems, both the pigment systems, they start to gives out very much energized, excited electrons. These electrons, they start to move from one electron carrier to another electron carrier molecules. During the movement of the electrons from one electron carrier molecule to another electron carrier molecules, every time when they are picked up by the particular enzyme, particular electron carrier molecule, and when they transfer, every time they are regularly oxidized and reduced, oxidized and they reduced. So when they every time when they oxidize and reduce, uh, they undergo that is the process known as oxidoreductase process, oxidation reduction process. During the oxidation reduction, inorganic phosphate molecules are added to the ADP and then they converted into a ATP. Then in this process, non-cyclic electron transport chain and non-cyclic photophosphorylation, very important. Sometimes within the plant body, cyclic photophosphorylation also operates. Cyclic photophosphorylation involve involve only the participation of the pigment system first. During a cyclic photophosphorylation, ATP molecules are generated. Cyclic photophosphorylation operates within the plant body when the ATP molecules are required in a large scale, or in other words, cyclic photophosphorylation operates within the plant cell during a photosynthesis when the carbon dioxide assimilation stops. Carbon dioxide assimilation stops, and whenever the need arises, whenever the ATP molecules and NADPH2 molecules are needed in a large scale, in such a situation, the cyclic photophosphorylation operates within the plant body. Cyclic photophosphorylation, it involves the pigment system first. Pigment system first. The reaction center of the pigment system first, it is P700, and a number of accessory pigments, that is light harvesting pigments, the xanthophylls, the carotenes, like that. Number of accessory pigments are also present like this. When the sunlight it reach the light harvesting molecules of the pigment system first, they absorb and transfer the same to the other molecule. They absorb and then they transfer to the other, and finally in this way it goes to the reaction center of the pigment system first. Pigment system first, the reaction center. This is the reaction center of the pigment system first. So this reaction center of the pigment system first, now it is a P700. I will show you here P700 molecule. Now it gives out an electron. This electron, it moves from one electron carrier to another electron carrier, one electron carrier to another electron carrier, like that. A1, A2, A3, unknown enzymes act as the electron carrier molecules. They pick up the electron and they transfer the same to the next, like that. So here the electron absorbed by the or accepted by the one unknown enzyme, and later on it is transferred to the other. Later on again it is absorbed or accepted, and again it is transferred, like that. Now from the unknown A3 enzyme it goes to the ferredoxin. This ferredoxin molecule, again it transfer the same to the other. Say for example, that is the plastoquinone. From the plastoquinone it goes to the cytochrome B6F complex molecule. From the cytochrome B6F complex molecule it goes to the plastocyanin, and finally the electron it goes, or it is transferred to the reaction center of the pigment system first. So this is the schematic representation of the cyclic photophosphorylation of the photosynthesis. Here what happens, the ADP with the help of the inorganic phosphate molecule get converted into a ATP. As a result of the addition of the inorganic phosphate to the ADP get converted into a ATP. This is one source. Again, here also the inorganic phosphate which is added to the ADP get converted into ATP. So during a cyclic photophosphorylation, number of ATP molecules are generated. Always the non-cyclic photophosphorylation operates within the plant body. The the photophosphorylation also operates whenever there is a need of the more number of the ATP arises. Whenever there is a carbon dioxide assimilation stops. Okay, so this is about the cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. For this, it completes the study of the light reactions of the photosynthesis. We discussed a lot about the light reactions of the photosynthesis. Light reactions of the photosynthesis takes place in presence of a light. These are light dependent reactions. During a light reactions of the photosynthesis, evolution of the molecular oxygen takes place. We confirmed after the study of the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Then during a light reactions of the photosynthesis, formation of the ATP and then NADPH2 takes place. Reduced powers, assimilatory powers, NADPH2 and then ATP molecules are formed. This is about the late reactions. Whatever the number of the ATP and then NADPH2 molecules are formed during the late reactions of the photosynthesis, all of them are utilized for the conversion of the carbon dioxide into a carbohydrate. That is for the fixation of the carbon dioxide, which is also termed as carbon dioxide assimilation. The detailed study of the carbon dioxide assimilation can be studied in such a way that the detailed account of the carbon dioxide assimilation studied for the first time by the scientist known as the Melvin Kelvin. I will stop here and I shall continue in another the video class. Thanks for watching this the video class. For this, it is completed the study of the late reactions of the photosynthesis. Thank you.